What's up, Dragon Brood? This is just a quick little word on the Kaldheim spoilers and previews, I guess, because people have asked, like, hey, I did the first, I guess, previews video recap. Why have I not done the other ones? Well, part of the reason is I've chosen not to talk about anything that's not an officially previewed card. So if it hasn't come from an official Wizard source or somebody who's on the list of official previewers for the cards, I'm not really looking to cover those. I have several reasons. We've talked about them on other videos. I talk about them on the Discord. Feel free to come by and ask if you want to have that discussion. That being said, we're right around the corner from previews happening, so I'll get back to doing my daily recap videos of all the cards that get previewed. So those of you that love those, hey, there will be more coming. I promise. I'm going to do more. But I will say there were at least 2 cards I didn't get to talk about on the last video I did. So let's at least talk about those right now. And this will be a holdover until tomorrow, or I guess maybe today when you're watching this, that we get the new run of preview cards. So let's get to it. So the first one here is Youthful Valkyrie. It helps if I can speak. Youthful Valkyrie. It's not the card itself that's really exciting here, but more the idea that there's Angel Tribal coming, or at least there's the expectation that there's going to be enough Angels that you can build a deck around, which I know some people are going to be super excited about because Angels are always popular, always sell. Maybe even as a little bit of a financial tip, maybe pick up some other quality Angels that people may be looking to put into Angel-based Commander decks, because that's coming pretty fast too. And it's one of those things that even though some of the cards may have been around and might be possible to play with, you get people that, once it's top of mind, start going out and looking for stuff again. So, something to think about there. But this card very much will be a basis for these decks. Remember, it's also a 1/3, which means it blocks a lot of early stuff that your opponents are going to be attacking with. That's also really huge. And then, of course, it has flying. I mean, it's hard to overlook that as well. And this could very easily be something you play on turn 2, you play an Angel of 3, you play an Angel of 4, and now you have a formidable group of creatures and you don't even have to play anymore, right? You could just fight with what's on the table. So this card actually stands to really do something, but I think other than the quality card that it is itself, it really is the implication of the other Angels that are coming that I think make it worth talking about. Now the other card that got previewed since I did that last video is Toski, Bearer of Secrets. This card does a lot. Like, it's uncounterable first off. Granted, it's a 4-mana 1/1, so it's not all that exciting, right? It has to attack each turn if able. Like, well, okay, that's really a thing. But then look over here at these other words it has on it. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's strong, right? So your opponent's almost having to dedicate every turn to doing something to this card. Now, granted, there are a lot of cards that, give stuff -2, -2, or -3, -3. So we may start seeing more of those get played. We also don't know what the rest of the set looks like, right? If there's more things that give negatives or more things that sweep the board, then this card ends up being a lot less exciting. That's okay though, right? Like, not everything's going to be huge, but this is something I would keep my eye on. I mean, I would say even more so in creature battles, because now your opponent, if they have even a bunch of just tokens, well, attacking with this, it's like, okay, well, now they get to draw 5. Now what happens? Like, there's a lot that could go into this card. Now, I will also say, it's possibly also overrated, the way a lot of people have talked about it, because we don't really know what else is coming yet. We don't know what the format's going to look like. And is it worth paying 4 mana for a 1/1, regardless of if it lets you get another couple cards, if ultimately you have to trade off some of your creatures because some of them will die in combat or whatever, or just this card itself not being able to do much. However, it is indestructible because it could block forever. So there's a lot of back and forth trying to decide what to do with this card. I like this type of card because I think from a design standpoint, it creates a lot of interesting decisions. Now, if I do have a complaint, it's that it's 4 mana and you gave it all of these words and it happens to do all of these things. It is a 1/1, but I mean, did it have to also be uncounterable? Or, I mean, if we could trade any one line, maybe. Well, you got to leave the draw cards. I think that's pretty pertinent. But if you were to trade any of the others, then, like, maybe it becomes a little better. I don't know. But hey, even as is, it may not be overpowered, all things considered with what we've been dealing with and what we've seen recently. I know some people are going to complain that green got another card, and green didn't need more cards. But I'm not necessarily sure this fits into a lot of the general strategies that green wanted to do. If anything, it at least makes the decks change the way they were built, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That at least varies up the format quite a bit. So yeah, so this video is a really short one. There's not a lot to talk about here. This is mostly just, hey, a couple of cards were out that I didn't mention last time, so let's go ahead and talk about those. And like I said, starting tomorrow, if I understand correctly, that's when we're going to start seeing all the other preview cards. So you'll start seeing the daily videos that, for those of you that are new here, I guess, I try to do daily wrap-up videos of the cards that got previewed in the previous 24 hours until we get to the end of the preview season. So it usually ends up being like 10 or 12 videos in a row till we get all the cards previewed. And then sometimes we'll wrap up and maybe some deck ideas or some deck videos talking about possible strategies that could be upcoming. So lots of stuff coming here in the next 2 weeks. So strap yourselves in, hang tight. We're going to get to all the cards, I promise. And if you want to talk about them further, you know what you can do. You can come over, hang out in our Discord. We will be chatting about every card, I'm sure, as people have questions or deck ideas and want to talk about where cards could go. We'll also cover them on stream. Let me know down in the comments, by the way, if y'all would like to do a wrap-up stream where we just, I guess, take questions from everybody about every card they want to talk about, beyond even just the rares and mythics, which I'll be covering most of on these daily videos. But I think it'd be the first time we did something like that. So if you're interested, whether that's here on YouTube or on Twitch, let me know down in the comments and maybe we can schedule some time to make it happen. Also, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because that'll help it get in front of more people and line up more people to help see the previews that are coming here in the coming days. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.